Hello and welcome to this supplemental educational video supporting our Notes versus Alternative Investment series. Here we'll be discussing the differences between yield and ROI and any other indicators associated with return on capital. This topic is one of the most misunderstood concepts in the world of investing because too many people are unfamiliar with how to apply these calculations correctly. Let's start by defining what ROI is. ROI, or return on investment, is a financial measure of profitability. It's a simple ratio of the overall gain from the investment relative to its cost. It's used to evaluate the potential return from a single investment, such as a note, or in comparing returns from several sources, such as you might find in a portfolio. In other words, ROI tells the investor what return they'll receive at the end of a certain time span, typically over one calendar year. For example, if an investor deploys $100,000 at an end of one calendar year, now has $125,000 as a result of that investment, then that investor has made a 25% return on their money as a standalone investment at the end of that particular investment. Yield, on the other hand, refers to the ongoing earnings projected by the investment over a particular period of time, again, typically one calendar year. It's expressed as a percentage based on the invested amount. For example, if an investor deploys $100,000 with a projected 10% yield, that investor will get a fixed 10% return on their money every year the asset is in play. So think of yield as your projected annual return for a collection of payments, or a periodic dividends over the lifespan of the investment. In the simplest of terms, both these approaches tell an investor what kind of return on investment they can expect to receive. But ROI is calculated by looking back over the duration of the entire investment at its end. It looks at time historically when the deal is complete, whereas yield looks forward to the future and projects what an investment will return if terms and conditions of the investment are met. So now that you have the context of the subtle differences between the two, let's take a look at an example of how to correctly apply these concepts. This way you can show your mastery of the topic the next time it comes up. Let's use an analogy. Suppose we need to secure a loose screw. Obviously, we'll need a screwdriver. So let's take a quick visit to the garage, and when we open the toolbox, we see a few different types of screwdrivers. That's what these calculations are. They're tools. They're different types of calculations based on what type of screw is needed for the job. We can't use a Phillips screwdriver to secure a flathead. It just won't work. Likewise, you can't substitute ROI for yield because it's the wrong tool for the job. Keep this in mind the next time this topic arises and be sure to use the correct concept for the correct purpose. We hope you enjoyed this supplemental educational video. Be sure to subscribe and stay in the loop with our continuing series on investment topics. We look forward to seeing you next time.